Really?
Yeah, and that's gonna be a very syrupy bite.
Come on. I love it. So good. What's up? It's Luis from America's Best Restaurants, and we travel the country coast to coast to find the places where you need to eat at on a weekly basis. And this week, we're in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're in an amazing restaurant called Syrup and Eggs. They take pancakes here to the next level. We're gonna get to talk to Osha, who's the owner. We're gonna see some amazing dishes like their biscuit sandwiches and their pancakes, plus a few other things. Look, I know you're hungry because you're watching this. You don't wanna miss this episode. So why don't you come with me? Let's go check it out. All right, everybody, so now we are inside Syrup and Eggs here in Chattanooga, and we're here with the owner, Osha. So Osha, we really appreciate you having us. It has been a treat for me to be here already. We've done a lot off camera, so we're gonna get right into it. You are essentially an artisan of pancakes. That's what I'm gonna call it, because the pancakes you make are like crazy, but crazy with creativity and crazy with ingredients. So, especially even this one right here, you have this blue kind of batter, right? So tell me about this.
So those pancakes came from a really fun idea.
Okay.
When I was about to open Syrup and Eggs. A lot of people told me that I should put breakfast tacos on the menu, but my kitchen was so tiny and I didn't really want to make tacos. I always wanted to make pancakes. And so I took an heirloom blue corn and I turned it into basically almost like a cornbread pancake.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes in the South they call them hoe cakes or Johnny cakes.
Okay.
And then I just topped it like you would a breakfast taco. So you have pico, sour cream, pickled jalapenos, and some nice runny eggs. And they're gluten-free, and they have been on the menu since we opened.
Those are amazing. Now, where did your love for pancakes come from?
A general love of breakfast.
Okay. All right.
And when I was a child, I loved to make breakfast for my family on the weekends. And I would wake up and I make pancakes a lot. Like I was like, I'm gonna get them right one day. Like I'm gonna perfect them.
Okay.
So, you ever make something and then it was really bad when you were a kid?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
of course.
The first thing you made,
Yeah.
it was like all baking soda and they tasted terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my first pancake. Was a very memorable bad pancake. And now I've made over, 20,000 pancakes.
Well, that was just last year, right?
You're right. So I don't know how many it is now.
That was in 2021. You made over 20,000 pancakes.
Right. So
That's
I
incredible.
mastered the pancake.
That's awesome. Well,
in all different forms.
It's funny because earlier today, Austin and I were having lunch, and I said, hey, so she makes pancakes. He looked at me like, pancake? I'm like, dude, you don't understand. She gets like in there making these incredible pancakes. And then when we were here and we're shooting the kitchen stuff, and you start naming all these different, and he's like, his mind is just blown. And it was mine too, because you have pancakes. Of course, people have seen the blueberry, right? Which you have right here. But then you also had a pancake that you put sprinkles on it. So that, where did that idea come from?
Sprinkles are something that I have actually put on everything since the beginning of the restaurant. And really, sprinkles are an easy way to make all of your food instantly more fun.
That's awesome.
So we get, most of the time, it's kids. Kids come in and they'll get a sprinkle pancake. But every now and again, you'll get an adult that will see that they're on the menu and they'll just ask for sprinkles on their food.
That's awesome.
And we do it, put it on whatever, biscuit sandwiches, savory, sweet. I've had people ask for sprinkles on everything, bagels.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you've really extended that knowledge when it comes to making the pancakes. You stretched it to the ultimate level, because all the things you've experimented with. I remember you talking in the kitchen, you mentioned your favorite pancake to make, which we don't have on the table, but it's all good. Right. It's the carrot cake pancake. Is that correct? Right.
And I bring those out every year at Easter.
Okay.
For 2 weeks.
That's it.
They run for 2 weeks. They have been on the menu before in previous years, but They really, I think, are best featured as like a really special, it tastes like warm, freshly baked carrot cake.
That's awesome.
And there's kind of, I think, nothing that can beat that at all. Like, they are my favorite.
I love it. Now, what is the most interesting ingredient that you've said, you know what, I'm gonna make a pancake with this?
Good question. So I've made over 180 different pancake combinations.
What?
I've basically tried, I've tried to put it on a pancake, like if it exists, I probably thought, we could make that into a pancake.
Okay.
But I did a banh mi pancake.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it had like 13 toppings on it though,
Wow.
so I haven't redone it because it is pretty labor intensive pancake. It is probably one of the best-selling pancakes I ever made, which I know sounds weird why I don't have it, but it was so elaborate. You're talking the aioli, the pate, the char siu pork, the pickled radishes, cilantro, carrots.
Oh, it sounds
I mean,
unbelievable.
we put it all on there, and that was great. I've also done really fun, instead of avocado toast, right?
Okay.
Everybody's like, why don't you have avocado toast? And to that I say, avocado pancakes are the new avocado toast. So I've done that, where I've just, put everything you'd put on avocado toast, but right on top of like an olive oil pancake. So the pancake is really rich and has a lot of flavor.
Wow.
Yeah.
That one's kind of crazy to me. Like the first one you mentioned, the banh mi. So for people watching that don't know banh mi is a very famous kind of like a Vietnamese sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Right. That's just unbelievable with the ingredients that she mentioned, and for you to have that thought to say, you know what, today I feel like making a banh mi pancake. That's pretty awesome.
And that it worked, and that it sold, and that people were not like weirded out by it. Yeah, and that's the thing. I just was like, okay, if I make a pizza pancake, right? So you make the batter, you treat it like a garlic bread, and then you put layers of like sauce and pepperoni and cheese and pepperoncinis, and and you're like, is anyone gonna order this? Is there people gonna show me like, pancakes are meant for syrup, not marinara. Right. But that worked. I mean, I've done it. I did do like vegan zucchini pancakes. That they weren't my favorite. Okay. They were a little wet.
Okay.
I think that's an honest answer.
But you're not afraid to experiment when it comes to making just your own interpretation of the pancake.
No, and after all these years of making pancakes, I think what is most important is if it works well, I'll definitely do it again, bring it back, and if it doesn't work, it just disappears.
Love it.
Love
it. That's awesome. So these right here, what do we have here?
Oh, those are our house
pancakes.
Buttermilk pancakes.
Love it.
Those are the pancakes we sell the most of.
Really?
Yeah, and that's gonna be a very syrupy bite.
I love it. So good.
Yeah, they're thick, fluffy. Yeah, that's our base batter. We do a lot with that batter.
These are phenomenal. And those are too.
Yeah.
Where does your inspiration come from for making pancakes? Like you just come up with an idea, you're like, yep, we're gonna try it. Where does that come from?
Oh, I worked in fine dining for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Before I opened the restaurant. And I think a lot of the way I think about breakfast is really the way that I thought about food, like when working in fine dining, is that the flavor combinations can be limitless.
Yes.
And you can take any of those things that you've done, like I've even thought of really goofy things like beef stroganoff pancakes, right?
Whoa.
Like anything, which I haven't done those, but.
Not yet, coming soon.
Right, but I think that all those years working in fine dining and seeing all the creativity and like the beauty that comes out of really high-end kitchens really inspires me to do the same thing with breakfast food and also make it a little more accessible. Breakfast is so accessible to everyone. Families, people on dates, people traveling, tourists, they're up early, they're out eating breakfast, and they want something that's a little bit quicker, a little bit more comforting, and so that's where some of the things like having just a really delicious handmade biscuit sandwich is, to me, just as exceptional as any, fancy thing you can get for dinner, right? And we make everything in-house, from our sausage patties to we candy all our own nuts, we make our own sauces, all our own, batter, I don't know. Wow,
so you essentially distilled what your experience in fine dining, and you brought it down to an item that everybody can relate to, essentially.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. I do. I think breakfast is really relatable. I think that everybody, I rarely meet a person who doesn't like a pancake or egg or bacon, and that's a hard.
I love it. But just having that way of an item that's accessible that everybody recognizes, but elevating it to the upper echelon level because you have that experience in fine dining, I think that's phenomenal. And that is one thing that's very unique about you, which I absolutely love. So you mentioned just a minute ago the homemade biscuit. So tell me, what do we have here?
I have 4 biscuit sandwiches on the menu. 3 of them are here.
Okay.
And
let's see what we got.
It all started with 1 biscuit sandwich. When I had a very tiny kitchen, I had 1, and this was the biscuit sandwich. And it was Menno cheese, local pork sausage that we get from the local butcher, and farm fresh egg on a handmade buttermilk biscuit. And this is called the Serious B.S.
Okay.
And B.S. stands for biscuit sandwich.
Yes.
There's a little tongue-in-cheek. I have a lot of things on the menu are like that, a little pun, a little tongue-in-cheek. So they all started with 1, and then I realized how sort of easy, like much simpler execution, popular.
Oh yeah.
That a biscuit sandwich can be. And then I also was like, well, if you have meat on one, you know, and then so now we have a veggie and a veggie biscuit sandwich. I would honestly say that of all the sandwiches, we have the Serious and the veggie, and those are the ones we sell the most of. This
one, I remember earlier when we were shooting the photos, you're putting the drizzle on it. I'm like, oh my God, my mouth is watering. This is the most popular one? Or is it this one?
No, it's the sausage and pimento.
The sausage.
But we're in the South, so pimento is definitely an easy sell. This is just nice and fresh, and I think it's a crowd pleaser. You know, if you think of a caprese, like the classic Italian salad, mozzarella, tomato, basil.
That is beautiful, beautiful. Oh my God, incredible flavor, super fresh. Very, very bright flavors in this. I love this, love it. That's outstanding, wow. Everything that I've had is crazy. I mean, my hands are dirty, it's all good. I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
And of our specialty pancakes, like we sell, you know, vanilla's a crowd pleaser. You can get one of those. But the top selling pancake is the cinnamon roll pancake. And it's just really good. It just tastes like basically, you know, have you ever tried to make cinnamon rolls? And they're really labor intensive.
Yep.
You have to proof them twice and wait for them to bake, and then 4 hours later you have a cinnamon roll. This basically tastes just like a fresh cinnamon roll, but it takes 8 minutes on the grill.
Well, I saw you when you put the batter down and then you bring the piping back, and I told Austin, I was like, oh, we're getting serious now. And you're piping the cinnamon on, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. Now I understand. Like, I knew from talking to you before what your level of expertise was, but then seeing it is a totally different thing.
Oh, well, that's very kind.
You know?
Thanks.
And I love it that you're not afraid to try all these things, and that you have that experience to bring it to that accessible level. I absolutely love it. Now, I'm not gonna take a bite of this one because I swore to Austin, okay, Austin, I'm gonna save this one for you. He told me 3 times. He's like, don't touch it. But okay, fine, you know.
They're good cold too.
That's good, that's good. Now, you also have some drinks, so you do have a bar here.
Oh yeah, we have a full cocktail bar and a full espresso bar. So we sell a ton of mimosas, champagne, and juice. We have 6 different kinds of juice you can pick from, so you basically don't have to have the same mimosa twice. And then we have a Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
Which is delicious. It is, it's a local, we use a local Bloody Mary mix.
Yes.
And organic vodka, and yeah, just easy crowd pleasers.
Which one is this one?
This is actually a special pomegranate cranberry berry.
Try it.
It has a lemon and it has a beautiful orchid in it for you.
Oh, that's nice. Very refreshing.
Yeah, it's hard
so good.
Hard to go wrong.
It's so good. Wow. Wow, look, everybody, I'm super, super blown away. If you're looking for more restaurants like Syrup and Egg, if you like restaurant content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you know whenever we drop a new episode. Osha, I'm completely blown away, and I'm gonna tell everybody right now, 1000% certified legit. If you want breakfast that is out of this world and different items that you're just not gonna get anywhere else. I've never seen any of this stuff anywhere else. you need to come down to Syrup and Eggs. You can't go wrong. This is absolutely outstanding. Osha, how can people find out more information about your restaurant?
For sure. Well, we're located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we're right smack dab in the middle of downtown. And you can find me on Instagram at Syrup and Eggs, and we have a website, Syrup and Eggs, and Facebook. That's it for now, but I hope to expand my social media repertoire coming up here a little bit more. And yeah, if you need to send me an email too, I have a contact form on my webpage, which makes it really easy. It goes straight to me. So it's the real thing.
Love it, love it. Absolutely, I'm super blown away. And look, I don't care when you're driving, what direction you're driving, come to Chattanooga. I don't care what direction you're going. Just come here. You need to come here. You need to come try this food because it's absolutely outstanding. I've been to many breakfast places before, but I haven't seen anything like this at this level. And it's different. It's absolutely different. So if you appreciate breakfast, if you want to have breakfast at the next level, at an upper level, please come to Syrup and Eggs. Support local restaurants, and that's pretty much it for us because I'm about to crush some pancakes. I know Austin, he's got his name written all over this because he pretty much threatened with bodily harm. So we're gonna see you guys on the next one.